Okay. All right, let's start sitting down this morning. So when we sit, I want one leg behind and one in front, and try not to tuck a leg, a foot under a shin. So, and then if you're at home, you might want to sit on a cushion or a pillow or something to kind of lift your hips up. That makes this position a little more comfortable. If it's uncomfortable, remind me to grab a set of hand weights for Maggie. Okay. All right, so shoulders down. Let's inhale, take a long breath in, lengthening up through the spine. And then exhale, ground down through the sits bones. Try to drop the knees. Good, inhale again, lengthening, reaching up, growing nice and tall, even through the crown of the head. Now hold that length while you drop the shoulders, relax the knees, engage in the belly. Good, one more long breath like that. And out, keep sitting tall even when you exhale. Good, let's bring our hands up onto our elbows and let's bring our elbows together and then open. So we open the back, pull the belly in, and then expand and open the chest. Exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. Good, really working on gaining some shoulder movement. Oh, somebody else is here. Jackie. Good, release the hands down. Morning, Jackie. Let's place one hand on the ground, take that other hand, reach up and over. Exhale. Good, inhale, sit up tall. Bring that hand to the ground. Exhale, reach up and over, turn and look under the arm. Good, inhale up and exhale. Nice long side stretch. When you're doing a side stretch, you want to keep the arm over the head rather than in front of the head because this doesn't hit the side. We want to be over the head. Inhaling up, exhaling over. Remember, we're trying to coordinate the breath with our movement. Yoga means union of the breath with the movement, but also union of the mind and the body. Inhale up, exhale, reach over. Good, let's stay up in the middle. Keep that hand down onto the ground. And now what we're going to do is we reach this hand away, bring the opposite ear to the shoulder for the side stretch in the neck. Good, now let's just do a few nods of yes. And then bring that chin down to the chest, still getting that side stretch. Good, looking to the floor, and then inhale, rise up. Reach out through the opposite hand, bring that ear to the shoulder. Good, stretching the neck, give a few nods, yes. But yeah, this is yes. Good, now bring that chin down to the chest and look down at the floor, and then inhale, rise up. Okay, let's extend the legs out in front. And we're just gonna roll down onto the floor. So pull that belly in, round out the back. Good, bring that, your whole body flat. Reach out through the fingertips and the toes. Take a nice long breath in and out. Again, stretch and lengthen in the body. And then exhale. Good, let's bring our knees up. So when we bring our knees up, this is going to allow us to tuck the tailbone and press our lower back onto the floor, which normally there's a space here in our lower back. So I want you to tuck, press that lower back into the floor. Now, what you're going to do to make that press even firmer is by pulling in on the belly. Pulling that belly button in and pressing that back into the floor. Good, let's do this and breathe while we try to hold it. Inhale. Now exhale, squeeze that belly in a little tighter. Good, again, inhale, try not to move the belly at all. And then exhale, tighten up. Now let's do the opposite. Let's inhale, expand the belly. Inhale, belly nice and big, and then exhale, pull it in. So now we're bringing movement. Inhale, expand. And exhale, pull in. Pull that belly button in nice and tight. Good, again, inhale, expand. And exhale, pull in. Good, now holding it for a breath again. Don't let the belly expand. Inhale and exhale. Now, while we hold, let's lift one leg up and let's start to bring some circles into the hips. Now, while we do the circles, hold the belly and breathe. Try to keep that belly engaged, holding it. And when we hold the belly, we also keep the hips planted and firm, and we keep that movement just in the hip, which is where we want it. Reverse the direction of that circle. Try to bring the knee out to the side and then across. So we want to get some big movement into that knee while we hold in the belly. Good, last one. So now from here, really press that lower back into the ground, hold the belly in. Now try to breathe and maintain as you start to lower the leg. Now, as you start to lower the leg, your lower back is going to want to lift, your stomach is going to want to release. Try to hold. Once you feel that lower back start to lift and the belly release, don't go any farther. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe until you can't do it without releasing that lower back. When you get to the point where you can't, where your lower back starts to come off again, just hold it and breathe. One more breath. Good. Bring that knee into the chest. Squeeze that knee up. Maybe extend that other leg out. Reach out through the heel. Take a few breaths here. Good. Let's bring that opposite leg up and force that leg back to the floor. Good. Again, now let's reestablish. Pressing that lower back into the floor, a nice little curl of the tailbone, and hold that belly in. Take a few breaths. Engaging in that belly. Yoga is a lot of core work, but if you don't understand how to hold in the belly and engage, it's all for naught. So now let's bring the other leg up and hold and breathe while we lift that leg. And then now let's try to get some movement into that hip, some circles. Ideally, we want to open big and then come across, but maybe that's not okay for your hip, so we make the circle smaller. If you can't do that big circle and your hips are all doing this sort of a thing, then you need to make it smaller and hold. Remember, we're using that abdomen to hold those hips in place, to hold that lower back onto the floor while we make our circles. Good, reverse the direction. Breathe. Holding in the belly, breathing a nice smooth breath, making those circles into the hip. Okay, good. Now, bringing that leg up, pulling that lower back onto the floor, holding that belly in. Now we'll start to lower the leg to the floor while we hold and breathe. Now, once your back releases because you've gone too low, then you need to reestablish. Hold, maybe the leg doesn't go any lower. Keep pressing that lower back onto the floor. Keep breathing, holding it tight onto the belly. One more breath. Good. Now let's bring that knee up and squeeze it up into the chest. Squeeze up. Now let's take that other leg and bring it out. Stretch it out straight. So a nice deep breath in and out. One more breath. Good. Let's slide that leg up and place the other foot onto the floor. So we're going to do a few more moves, exercises here from this position. Let's lift both legs up. Now again, pressing that lower back into the floor and pulling the belly in. Let's bring our arms out to a T. So we're going to try to lower the legs over to one side. Exhale. Now use those stomach muscles to push that hip back down onto the floor. Good. Exhale to the other side. We don't have to go all the way down. Now again, use the stomach to push that opposite hip into the floor. Nice. Go to the other side. Here we go. Use those abs. Push the hip down. I'm not using my arms at all. Good. Exhale over. And inhale, rise up. And again, one more time on each side. And other side. Good. Inhale up to the center. And let's place our feet back on the floor. Nice job. So let's bring our arms overhead. Again, tuck that tailbone, pull the belly in. Inhale. Exhale, tighten up in the belly, press the back onto the floor. Good. Now inhale, lift the arms up, rise up about halfway, and then exhale, back down. Inhale, rise up halfway, and exhale, down. Again, inhale, up, squeeze the belly in, press the lower back onto the floor, exhale, back down. Just a few more like this. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Again, inhale, and out. Good. Now we're going to come all the way up. Inhale, come up, grab the legs, and let's sit up all the way. Get the shoulders back and down. Hold in on the belly here. Try to get that back flat. Now we don't have the floor to show us how to make our back flat, but if we pull our belly in, tuck that tailbone slightly, we should be in the right position. Inhale. Now exhale, just come down halfway, round out the back, and then inhale, raise back up. Exhale, come down just part way. Good. Inhale, back up. Hold that belly in. Just a few more. Exhaling back. And inhale up. Good. One more. Nice. All right. Let's come on to our hands and knees. So from here, let's learn to, so we're going to inhale. Let's go. Arch the back, tailbone up, look up, dropping the lower ribs to the floor. Now exhale, pull that belly in like we were around the back. Press into the hands, open the shoulder blades. Inhale, tailbone up, look up. Now exhale, really pull that belly in, round out the back, press into the hands. And again, inhale and exhale. Good. Open the knees, bring the toes together, sit back into a child's pose, arms long to the front. Now we're going to do a similar movement. Inhale, come up, round the back, pull the belly in. Now exhale, drop the hips, look up. Inhale, come up, pull the belly in, round the back. Exhale, sit back onto the feet. Again, inhale up. And exhale. Drop the hips, look up, pressing into the hands. Inhale up, engage in the belly. Exhale, sit back onto the heels. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale and exhale back. Good, let's come up and into bringing the knees together, a push-up position. So pull the belly in, bring the shoulder blades together, hands right below the shoulders. Now we're not going to do a push-up here. What we're going to do is drop the chest, keep the arms locked, and then press and open the shoulder blades. So think shoulder blades together, and then shoulder blades open. So my whole body is dropping down into my shoulders, and then I'm pressing up. So it's just a movement in my ribs and my chest. I'm dropping down, shoulder blades together, and then I'm pressing up, opening the shoulder blades. One more. We're just trying to get some movement in that upper body, and then press. Good. Lifting up with the belly. Let's stretch back in a child's pose one more time. A nice long breath here, and out. Good. Let's come back up onto the hands and knees. Curl the toes under, pull that belly in. Let's lift up and back into downward dog. Good. Pedal one knee in, press one heel back, and then switch. Taking that movement into the hips. Good, just a few more. And now let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat, coming into a forward bend, Holding onto the elbows, let the head drop into the arms and give a little swing side to side. Good, release the arms to the floor, put a slight bend into the knees and roll up. Good, and then roll the shoulders back. Good, okay. Let's do a few standing poses. So coming up to the top of the mat. Get me in the whole thing. My tech guy is out today, so I have to do all this on my own, sorry. All right, so let's lift and spread the toes. Lengthen up in the legs. Now here, this is where we're trying to create when we were lying on the floor. Tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in to try, if we were lying on the floor, to get that back nice and flat. Good, bring the shoulders back and down. So we definitely don't want to be standing like this. We want to pull the chest in, tuck the tailbone, then get the back nice and flat. And we do that by engaging on the belly. So now rounding down into the legs, inhale, try to create that length and lift up through the crown of the head. Maintain that length. Exhale, just relax the shoulders, round down through the feet, and again, engage in the belly. One more breath like that. Inhale, tall, and exhale, engage. Okay, so we're going to step back with the right leg. Step back with the right leg into warrior one. Now, my legs are not in a straight line. I have one leg out to the side, so this can be nice and stable. So now from here, let's work on that posture. Tuck the tailbone, and this is going to cause my back knee to bend because I'm tight in my hips, but tuck the tailbone and pull this belly in. Once you have that nice flat back, like we did standing, now try to lift up on the back of the knee and press that heel into the floor. Good, it's going to feel really tight here, especially if you're holding. Keep that front knee bent. Now, when you find your position, let's go inhale, rise up. Now exhale, elbows back, ha, tighten up on the belly even more. Inhale up, exhale, a nice ha breath. Strong in the arms when you exhale. Few more. Last one. Good, now from here, let's just hold for a breath, tucking that tailbone, reaching up, getting one last big stretch here in the front of the thigh. Good, now let's straighten the legs. So from here, we're still gonna keep the hips to the front. We're gonna take our right hand behind our head. Take the left hand out to the front with a thumb up. Now the left hand is gonna start to open, and I'm gonna follow my thumb with my gaze, pulling in on the belly, staying nice and tall in the spine. Now going as much as I can, keeping my arm backing up and trying to keep my eyes on my thumb. This is gonna help me to get that rotation in my neck. Good, getting a nice little twist here. Still thinking about engaging on the core, nice and tall through the spine. Good, now bringing that back to the front. All right, let's step up with that right leg. Let's do that on the other side. So we're gonna step back with the left leg, keeping a little bit of space in between the legs. Now, as we step back, now we're gonna tuck the tailbone, draw that belly in, nice and tall. Try to stretch up through the back of the knee with the heel. Okay, we can give a few little pulses here, getting that stretch, but tucking and holding in the belly. Good, now let's hold that position. Inhale, rise up, straighten the leg, and exhale, tighten up in the belly, draw the elbows back. Inhale, exhale. Just a few more. Last one. Let's hold it here Again, focusing on tucking, nice, flat, strong in the core, flat back, lifting up in the back of that knee, getting a stretch here in the front of the thigh. All right, now let's straighten that front leg. You can drop that back heel to the floor. Keep the hips square. Take that left hand behind the head, right arm out to the front, thumb up, and now let's turn and follow that right arm. Tighten up in the belly, lengthen up through the spine. If you're feeling unstable, press into the base of the big toe on the front foot. Press into the outside blade of the back foot. Hopefully that'll help you be more stable in the stance. Good, chin over the shoulder in the back, get the rotation in the neck. Good, coming back to the front, following that hand, release the hands and step up. All right, we're gonna do just a couple more standing poses. Let's step back with that right leg again. Now this time, step back so that you are in a straight line. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my back foot so that my foot is facing completely out and I'm pressing into the side edge of that back foot. And I'm gonna open my back hip, my right hip. Now bend that knee. So when I open this hip, this knee is gonna wanna turn in, but that's the stretch. Open the front knee, open the hip. So we have an opening in the front leg and the back hip. Good, keep that front knee bent over the ankle if possible. And now try not to lean yet, but come straight into the center. So I'm trying to keep my spine straight. I'm still tucking my tailbone. If you see me from the side here, a lot of people are in this pose out like this. I want you to tuck, get the shoulders right over the hips, opening the knee, opening the hip. Good, now maybe bring the arms out, turn the head to look over that front arm. This is warrior two. When you exhale, engage in on that belly, nice and strong. Exhale is grounding through the feet. Good, bring the hands behind the back and hold onto your forearms. Opening the shoulders, opening the chest. Good, now let's exhale, fold forward right inside that front thigh. Maybe for some of you, you can interlace the hands behind the back and get the shoulder stretch. But for some of you, just holding onto the elbows might be enough. Release the hands. Bring the left hand inside the leg, roll the shoulder up and extend up through that right arm. This might be a little intense, so you might want to come up onto the thigh. Maybe from lifting up, now maybe you can reach over, but like I said in the beginning, not here in front of the head, but over the arm. Wherever that position is for you, looking up at the ceiling. A few deep breaths, taking that breath right down the side body. Good, and now let's come up and stand up. Let's do that on the other side. So now we're going to step back with the left leg, again, into a straight line as we step back, bend that front knee. Now up here, tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in, open the front knee, open the back hip. Once we get that nice open position, our shoulders are over our hips, our belly is engaged. Now we rise up with the arms. Try not to let the shoulders come up, but drop the shoulders and just extend out through the fingertips. Turn and look over the front arm. Remember, when we inhale, we're tall. And then when we exhale, we ground and engage. Nice big deep breaths. Everything's holding, everything's strong. Good, now let's bring the hands behind the back again. If you can remember which hand was on top, put the other hand on top this time. Open your shoulders, and then let's fold into the front of our leg. Right inside that front leg. Trying to keep that front knee bent. Maybe interlace the fingers, stretch the arms up. Or you can just hold, keep holding onto the forearms. Release the hands, bring that right hand inside the right leg, open the shoulders, reach up with that left arm, turn the head to look up. If that's too much, bring that right arm onto the thigh. Maybe take that left hand overhead, still rotating back and looking up. Taking that breath all the way down that left side body. Good, let's come all the way up, straighten that up. Let's step up to the top of the mat and shake it out. Okay, so grounding into the feet, still here in our mountain pose, tuck the tailbone, engage in the belly, bring the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine and the crown of the head. And then exhale, sink into the feet, ground down. Now inhale, reach up with the arms. Nice and tall, palms together, keep that length, but exhale, belly in, hands to the chest. Inhale, reach up and arch back. Lift up through the heart center, arching back slightly. Now exhale, swan dive forward. Scoop that belly in, bring your hands to the floor. Good, now place the hands on the shins. Inhale, pull in on the belly, nice and long in the spine, flat in the back because we're engaging in the core, and then exhale, fold forward. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, press up, flat back, and then exhale, roll down, head to the knees. Now, wherever you want to just hold here for a few more breaths, maybe your hands stay on the shins, maybe your hands are on the floor. If you're flexible, maybe you turn your fingers to the back to get a nice wrist stretch. All right, so now let's heel toe, walk the feet out. So I go toes out, heels out, toes out. So I want to make it so that my toes are out at a 45. I'm a little wider than shoulder width, and let's come down into a squat. So bring the arms up, open the knees, and let's do a little movement here. Opening the knees, opening the hips as low as you can. Some of you might be able to drop your butt right down and keep the heels flat. I can't. Good, let's straighten back out, come into that forward bend. Taking a little movement here, moving into the hips. And let's come down one more time into that low squat. Open the knees, dropping down, maybe a little lower than you did last time. All right, good, let's step back. Let's step back right into a plank. Now, if you need to, put the knees on the floor and hold your plank here. I want you to be able to bring your shoulder blades together, right? Engage in the shoulders, draw the belly in and have a nice flat back. Maybe you can do that by lifting the knees, but maybe this is with the knees down for you. That's all right. Breathe, try to breathe nice and smoothly. One more big breath here. Good, let's lower the whole body onto the ground and flatten out the toes. Good, from here, actually let's bring the elbows below our shoulders and onto the floor and press up just into that Sphinx pose. So we're pressing into the elbows, pressing into the forearms, trying to draw our chest forward. Okay, let's bring our arms all the way out. Turn so that the palms are facing each other. My thumbs are up, my palms are facing each other. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna completely lift our arms and our legs off of the ground. Inhale up, reach out through the toes and exhale down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. Again. One more time, inhale and exhale. Okay, so now we're gonna add some more movement to this. Inhale up, Exhale, bring the hands back, turn the palms up, touch the thumbs to the back of the legs, and then come forward. Now exhale, pull and squeeze the lats. Inhale, up, palms together, exhale, down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, thumbs to the thighs, palms up. Inhale to the front. Exhale, pull the elbows in. Inhale, exhale, release. Shake it out. Good, again, inhale. Exhale, palms up, thumbs to the thighs. Inhale, up, palms together. Exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, down. And relax. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Inhale, up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale to the front. Exhale, pull. Inhale, up. And exhale, down and relax. Nice job. Let's slide back into that child's pose. Opening the knees is probably more comfortable for most people. Sitting back right onto the feet, coming forward, maybe our forehead to the floor. A few nice long breaths here. Okay, now not coming onto the hands and knees, but onto the elbows. We're going to do a couple of dolphin push-ups. Dolphin push-ups strengthen us for the core to hold a plank, but also to eventually do like a headstand. So I want you to interlace your fingers and then bring them back down. Make sure our elbows aren't too wide because then we're just going to collapse. You should be, your distance is like this. If you can grab onto your forearms, that's as far apart, and then come out and interlace your fingers. So from here, pull in on the belly. See, I had my belly released. Now I'm engaging on my belly, curl my toes under, lift my knees up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rock forward and bring my chin in front of my fist and then push back. Now, you might only be able to do this once or twice. That's fine. We're going to build up in this. We're going to develop some strength. When you feel like you can't go back or come down anymore, just hold here. Just hold here in this dolphin position. If you can do a few more, do a few more. Keep holding in on that belly. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Good, let's do one more. All right, and then we'll come back down onto the knees. Sitting back into child's pose. This time, if you can, well, you want your head on something, so you might want to stack your fists. Maybe your forearms, and let that neck relax. All right, coming up to a seated position. Whoa. Okay, actually, let's, seated, so sitting down, legs out in front. So from here, let's take our right knee in, and then take that right knee, roll it open, placing the foot inside the thigh. Take that left leg, lift up on the toes. This is going to keep that leg nice and strong. Now, inhale, lengthen up, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, bring that right hand outside the knee. Good, inhale, tall again. Now, exhale, reach forward. Maybe your hand is just coming to the shin, maybe it's coming to the outside of the foot. Once you get your position, take your other hand and reach over. So our hands are crossing, wherever that may be for us, and then letting your head drop down in the back. So take a few nice big deep breaths here. You could inhale, look up, draw the center of the chest forward, bring the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, try to come a little deeper. We're always trying to draw an awareness to in between the shoulder blades and those muscles in the back, because of a lot of us, have that kind of slouchy posture, which in our culture is really, we drive a lot, we read, we're on the computer, we're, over a stove, we're constantly like this. So we're always doing work to open and to bring the shoulder blades back to help us all regain some proper posture. Good, let's come back up. So now let's take the right hand, place it on the floor behind your right hip. Push up onto the right knee, push the hips forward, sweep and arch back. Get a nice stretch into the front of the hips. Good, let's come back down. So now let's take that left leg, kick it out to the side. We're going to do a side stretch. So still sitting tall, take that left hand. You can either place it inside the leg, and then we're just going to slide down as we reach over, or maybe your elbow will come to the floor. Watch this right shoulder. We want it to come up. If you have a really hard time because you just don't have the flexibility, you can bring your hand behind your back and work to open the shoulder, or bring your hand behind your head and lift the elbow up and look up. You should still feel a side stretch from here or here. I feel it more with my arm like this, but I can also reach my arm over. If you have your arm over your head like me, instead of just letting it dangle, try to extend, straighten out, reach out through the fingertips and look up. Now take some long breaths and try to visualize that breath traveling down the side body. Usually when I focus my breath into my side, I stretch more. I can feel it working better. Good. Now we're going to do that gate pose extension again. So take that hand behind your hip, push up onto the knee, push the hips forward, arching back. Looking up, one more breath here. And back down. So now let's take that left leg back to the front, and we're going to bring the right knee up. So we're going to do a twist. Your twist can be with your foot inside the knee, or you can cross outside of the knee. Either one is going to work. Take the opposite hand, hug the knee. Now sit up tall, and then bring the right hand behind the back. Inhale, tall. Exhale, turn and look over that right shoulder. Every time you breathe in, think to sit tall, because it's easy to just kind of crunch into this one, but I want you to get that length. Good, one more breath. And come back to the front. Good, now let's extend that right leg out. Let's do that on the other side. Bring that left knee in, roll the left knee open, foot inside the thigh. Flex the right foot. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, bring the hand outside the knee. Inhale, tall again. Now exhale, start to come forward wherever that hand may land, and then bring the opposite hand over. Inhale, look up, draw the shoulder blades together, and then exhale, come a little deeper. You know, throughout the day, if you're at a desk, I know some of you are doing a lot of computer work, Rosa doing hair. A lot of the times, if you can draw awareness to inhale tall, bring the shoulders back, exhale, gather in on the belly. Try to do that throughout the day. If you're sitting down, inhale, bring the shoulders back, exhale, pull in on the belly. Maybe do some belly breaths where we focus on just that posture, drawing the shoulder blades back, trying to have a straight spine. Whenever you can pull that in throughout the day, it's always good work. Good, let's come back up. Now take that left hand behind the left hip, pushing into the hand, pushing up onto the knee, push the hips forward as you arch back. Good, let's come back down and into the side stretch. So kick that right leg out to the side. Right hand is just inside the knee and coming forward, or maybe your elbow's down. Maybe you can hold on to your shin. Now we're gonna think about this left shoulder, opening it up this way with the hand behind the head. Maybe for some of you reaching overhead, and if that's the case, straighten out the arm and extend. Good, looking up at the ceiling as much as you can. We don't want to forget about the rotation in my neck, in your neck. Nice breaths, visualizing it traveling all the way down to that left hip. Good, inhale, come up, take that left hand behind the hip, push up onto the knee, push the hips forward and arch back. And then back down. Good, bring that right leg back to the front, left knee up. We're gonna do the twist. Again, you can stay inside the leg or cross over to get it deeper. Right arm hugs the knee. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, bring that left hand behind the back and turn. Inhale, tall again, pressing into the sits bones as we lengthen up. And then exhale, shoulder, chin over the shoulder in the back. Pulling up on that knee. Continue to breathe, focusing on that breath. Then release and come back to the front. We're going to do just one more before we go into Shavasana, our final pose. So arms up. We want to try to do this without using our hands as much as possible. We're going to drop. Notice how I kept my legs. They're wider than my shoulders. I'm going to drop my knee inside my foot, reach across, and stretch and slide. Good. Now come back. Hands up, knees up. Drop the knee, bring that hand down, reach and slide. Then come back up. Knees up, hands up. Turn and reach. And up to the center. Again to the other side. Turn and reach. Then one more on each side. Drop and reach. And up. Lift the knees. And last one. Okay. So Shavasana is our corpse pose. We lie down on our back. There's space between the legs, space between the arms and the body. Spine is straight. Shoulders are down. Inhale long. Now exhale. Again, let's draw the belly in. It's going to be harder to press the lower back on the floor with our legs straight, but we're not going to try to do that right now. Inhale. Now exhale. Don't draw in, just relax. Relax the arms and the legs, the hands and the feet. Relax the muscles in your back, in between your shoulder blades. Try to get the shoulders right down onto the mat. Soften the chest and the belly. Soften the throat, relaxing the neck. And then soften the face. Try to keep your mind focused. We don't have to start thinking about the day. We don't have to start processing yet. Just for these last few moments, be present on your mat, in your body. We've given it some work. We've given it some love. Now let's just sit here, enjoy it, be grateful for the time that we had to give to ourselves this morning. Keep your mind focused on just your breath, moving in and out at its natural rhythm. If you catch your mind starting to wander, starting to process, starting to think, recognize what's happening and then come back to the breath. That's the technique. That's meditation. We try to be still or focused on one single thought. And then when the mind drifts, when the mind wanders, we recognize the thought, we recognize what's happening, and then come back to our focused breath thought, our mantra, the voice that we're listening to on our app. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute and just let you try to work to focus your mind. If your mind has started to wander, come back to the breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing your awareness back to your body. A nice deep breath in and out. Good. When you're ready, let's roll over onto our right side. Take a moment here to be grateful or thankful for something in your life. And then when you're ready, coming up to a seated position, bring your hands together in front of your heart. We're going to finish with a single Om, and if you want to just take a deep breath with me, you can. Breathing in. Ha. Namaste. Namaste. Nice job, everybody. Oof. So you can unmute yourselves. So how was that? Not too bad. That was a lot easier than yesterday. Morning, Jacinth.
Morning. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I'll see you guys Monday.
Monday.
See you Monday.
Monday.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Jackie, did you get a workout in yesterday?
I sure did, and I'm still sore.
Yeah.
So that yoga.
Oh, look how pretty your tree is, Jackie.
You guys see my peace sign?
That's,
Oh, that's
awesome.
cool.
Wow.
Tree topper, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
No,
So you
today
did do the kickboxing shred yesterday?
I did, and I used 5-pound weights. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Well, maybe two.
Yeah,
Next time.
definitely. Yeah. No, it felt good, but the yoga